O1 visa approval rate is right now is much better than EB2 NIW. And recently, as per the information, if I'm not wrong, EB2 NIW approval rate is lower. So what is the major criteria for O1, A or B? And what is the difference between O1 and EB2 NIW?
The biggest difference between EB2 NIW and O1 is that the EB2 NIW is a green card category. So if you can get an approval on the NIW, then you can actually apply for a green card, and that's permanent residency. An O1 is a temporary work visa that if you get approved, you can get it for 3 years, and then you can keep renewing it. There's no limit to how many years you can have an O1, but it is not a green card. So even if you do get approved for an O, you're probably going to be looking at the NIW or the EB1A later as a pathway to get permanent residency if you don't have another option, such as a family sponsor for to go through a relative petition. The O1 criteria are essentially a mirror image of what's required for the EB1A. It's just that the EB1A is very, very strict standard because it's for a green card, and the O1, they are a little bit more forgiving. It's still quite high standard. They want to see somebody who is at the top of their field. Maybe somebody in the top 5% of specialists in their field. And the criteria that they're looking at include things like, do you have any scholarly publications? Is there any media coverage about you or your work? Have you won any awards in your field? Awards could include things like prestigious scholarships or research grants, or in the private sector, something like industry awards from associations, or in athletics, it could be something like a championship in your country, things like that. In addition, there's other criteria such as being in a leading or critical role for a prominent organization. So if you've been in a very important position for a company that is well known, then that can be used as evidence in the O1. There's also high salary. So if you can show that your salary is relatively high, meaning in the top 10% of people in similar positions, then that can be a positive factor in the O. And the general rule is that of the list of criteria, you have to be able to prove at least 3. But even if you meet 3, it doesn't automatically mean you're approved, because USCIS also does what's called a totality determination, meaning that they look at the entire case and then the officer asks a subjective question: does it really look like this is somebody who is at the top of their field, right? So there should be also some general evidence, like that you are well known in the industry, that maybe you've given speeches, presented at conferences, that you have experts that are not co-workers who can recommend you. These are all indicators that you are known more than just in your company where you work, but that other people also in the industry know who you are.